Hello everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip. I caught some of the fervor last month/last year, because, this movie did play the festival circuit. It got a mostly good reception, but then it leaked online, and, everyone and their mom apparently watched it. And it was kind of a thing where, I didn't let the hype get to me with this one, except for the fact that I knew that people did find this very, very scary, or at the very least, very interesting.
Okay.
Then, there was an announcement of a theatrical release, and I was like, cool, like that shows a lot of confidence. I'm surprised they're doing that. And then I watched it. And here's the thing. I didn't like this movie. I didn't dislike. I don't know what I thought about this movie, Joe. And I'm putting movie in quotes because everyone, what we have here is basically a series of images that go on for 100 minutes.
Yeah, this was definitely an interesting watch. I mean, folks, we typically begin these Patreon episodes by saying, would we recommend this film, yes or no? And I feel like we'll get to that in a moment. Mm-hmm. For me, this really brought me back to my film school days. This is a Canadian film. It was shot in Edmonton, Alberta, which was about 3 hours north of where I grew up. You wouldn't know it because, of course, everything takes place inside one very dimly lit house. And this is 1995 analog video. So, it's pixelated as fuck. You can barely see anything. We're basically operating from a children's perspective. Everything about this movie felt like an experimental film to me. 10 minutes in, I was like, oh, I've seen this movie before. It's very artsy. It's very not narrative friendly. We're doing some fracturing in terms of the framing so that we never even see actors' faces or full bodies on frame. This is a rough, challenging watch. And I think people, if you go into it with the right mind frame, you could get a lot out of it. But I think a lot of people are going to watch this and be like, I feel like I should have just gone to a museum and watched something.
Well, maybe that's it. When this ended, I told my husband, I was like, I'm shocked about the theatrical release because
definitely shocked. Yes,
I see people walking out of this 15 minutes into the movie.
100%. When you realize what it is and it's not going to change, it's you're either settling in or you're saying, not for me.
But at the same time, though, so everyone, we're watching this before the theatrical release, so we don't know what the mass reception to this is yet. Mm-hmm. But I almost wish I would have seen it in a theater because I feel like, much like a movie coming out later this year that I also think will be pretty divisive, The Outwaters, I think the sound design is really key to this film. Mm-hmm. And I envy the forced paying attentionness of being in a theater. Now, granted, I was not on my phone. My husband, who already seen this, he was like, "Do not, you have to watch. Just pay attention."
He's like, "Give me your phone. I'm going to put it in another room."
Well, but the thing is, it's a screener, and so I have to connect my computer to my TV, so I'm taking notes on my phone. So I had do not disturb on my phone, so I couldn't see any notifications come in.
Okay, good. Yeah, I definitely had my phone sort of on hand because, like you, I was taking notes on it. I had to sort of actively remind myself, okay, no, you're only allowed to take notes. You're not allowed to do any other things. Every once in a while, I would lose that focus and I would try to check something.
Yep.
And it was almost always at the point when something would happen. So, my headphones are screaming and I realize I missed something. Have I missed something? I don't know. I got to go back. So that's why I messaged you at the end. I said, oh, this hour and 40-minute movie just took me 2 hours to watch.
Yeah. I mean, it's... I was captivated for parts of this movie, but then in between parts, I was going out. And, I think I'll wait until we get to it, really. But really quick, before we even get into would you recommend this, I want to just say something about piracy.
Okay, yes. Let's have at it.
Atlas Avenue. A long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennett Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.